Hi and welcome to V Recap. Today we're going to talk about movie Deep Water, released in year 2022 and directed by Adrian Lyne. At the starting of the movie, we see a man named Vic who is riding back to home. There we saw his wife named Melinda sitting outside the house and looking at him with great wonder. In the next scene, we see that they have a young daughter named Trixie. And later we see that they are getting ready for a party and his wife asked him to choose a dress for her. And later ask him to grab her shoes for her, which he does happily without hesitation. After arriving in the party, they both have chats and drinks with their respective friends. Melinda saw his friend Joe and started a conversation with him, which was overseen by Vic, and both started to make out. Even though Melinda and we catches each other's eyes, still Melinda did not stop and continues to kiss Joe. Later, both Vic and Joe had a conversation in which Joe thanks Vic letting him seize his wife. Vic, with calm mind, asks him to call about a man, Narton McCrae, who recently got missing and sarcastically tells Joe that he was the one behind it. And Joe immediately leaves the premises. Vic's wife, Melinda, does not appreciate his behavior towards her friend. While Vic was busy with talking to the babysitter, Melinda arrives without any clothes on into kitchen, and Vic was completely mad at her and tries to shoo her away. In the next scene, we come about to know that Vic has a hobby to keeping Snail as his pet. After 4 days a week, meet his friends at lunch, where he came about to know that everyone knows how he threatened Joe with Martin McCrae joke. As soon as Melinda come to know about this, she was mad at Vic and told him to apologize to Joe, and she invites him on Friday night dinner. On Friday evening, Joe was welcomed by Vic. Joe was a little nervous and asked for Melinda, but Vic jokes that she isn't there. Later, Vic tells him that they're going to have some seafood tonight, and with a little conversation. But little did he know that Joe was allergic to seafood. Tujiko made him some cheese sandwich, and Melinda was also having some, as if she is trying to piss his husband off. She sends Vic to take Trixie to bed and tell her bedtime stories. Joe and Melinda having some private time together. Later, Joe expects an apology from Vic about the joke of Martin McCrae. But Vic, in serious tone, replies that he wasn't joking and call for an Uber for Joe. One day, Vic receives a call from his bank, which was about Melinda's account, and gets to know that she sent $3,000 to someone who plays piano. While he was driving his daughter home, he encounters the pianist with flowers, and those flowers he found very next day in his home. He was again concerned about his wife having an affair behind his back. While he stays home, his wife is busy with the pianist outside. Vic finally confronts his wife on not coming back home whole night and using his own money to cheat on it. Later, Melinda throws a party in which she invites the pianist, and it starts to raining and everyone heads inside the house and starts partying again. But the pianist was missing, so Melinda tries to check on him and found him lifeless in the pool. She started screaming and sings. Everyone rushed towards the pool in an attempt to save him, but nothing works out. The police arrives at the house and starts to interrogate everyone. Melinda accused his husband Vic for the death, and cops started to question Vic but did not find anything suspicious until later, Vic riding his bike, imagine his wife getting busy with another guy. They invited their friend to dinner, and Vic confronted his friend and asked him to stop defaming him as the killer. Later on, Vic finds out that Melinda is again seeing someone. And on another day, Melinda's friend Tony meets, and Vic and Melinda hugs Tony as he is her husband. While talking, she also tells Vic that Tony was the first person she slept with. Later in the evening, they both starts to dance inappropriate in front of Vic and make out in Vic's bedroom. Vic was completely out of his sense, and a few days later, Vic bumps into Tony and tells him that Melinda wants to see him and asks him to get inside the car, and Tony accepts it, unknowing what was coming for him. Vic takes him to a deserted place, which was very far from the city. After getting out of the car, he picks up a heavy rock and throws towards Tony, and does not take too long for him to take Tony's life. And after that, he puts some heavy rock along with the body and drowns him in the next day, they decide to go picnic on the same location where he sees the lifeless body of Tony floating on top of the river, and on the same night, Melinda tells Vic that she loves him. And on the next day, Vic goes back to the same place to fix his mistake. While Vic was trying to push the body down, he was seen by an old-aged man and was questioned about his action. And suddenly the old man sees a hand comes out of the river. The old man tries to run away from the scene. Vic follows him on his bicycle. The chase was on for a period, but in the end, the old man met with an accident in which he lost his life. Vic goes back home, and we sees that it is the same scene we saw in the starting of the movie. Both Vic and Melinda looking at each other, and also Melinda burned down Tony's ID and did not tell police about it, and the credit rolls. Thanks for watching. Please do like the video and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to never, ever miss any update.